Hello, my name is Avenel, and I am so sick of trying to make this video. So I'm going to try and follow it through here, even if it's a hot mess, because it probably will be. Anyways, I like sparkly things and lights because they help me with things that I don't really like to talk about. Some of them I really would like to be able to talk about, but it doesn't come out of my brain right. And so it just gets super overwhelming and frustrating because I can't communicate with people. And one of the things that's super frustrating is people are so quick to think they understand what I'm saying. And it's breaking me more and more every time because they don't understand and they don't have the patience to try. And it's especially devastating when you're dealing with cascading health and mental health issues. Um, and people don't want to understand your data. They've already decided things. And the one is particularly frustrating because I keep trying to get a little bit of help. Because my life is kind of crumbling in a crazy way, which is fine. I'm fine with crumbling. I just like there to be bright lights. Um, anyway, crumbling, breaking. Yes, broken. Broken and doing it anyway. That's my main channel that I try to keep more of my fun and lighthearted and maybe more together and stuff videos. It's Broken Dance, Broken Language. But I needed places to um, process some of this stuff. And there's people I know on personally that are subscribed to my other channel, and I get a lot of replies if I put anything like this on there. So anyways, but for me, there's so much in my head I need to communicate to people, not just in medical and everything, but interpersonally in conversations when I'm trying to describe, somebody will ask me about something and I try and explain it, and they go, oh yeah, so it's like this. And I'm like, no, it's not like that. And then I have to back it up and try and explain it again because they don't ask any questions. Um, it's like, so every time I try and communicate a point to people lately, not every time, because I mean, there's a few people in my life that it's different, but not very many. Um, but there's not really all that many people in my life. So, anyways, but shut up, Avenel. But what happens is I try and say something. Sometimes they ask a question about something, and then I'm answering. And then as soon as I say kind of 2, 3 sentences, they go, oh, okay, I understand. And sometimes they are at least in tune enough to say, what you're saying is this, right? Then I can say, no, that's not right. But that's only a small portion that ever check. A lot of times people go, oh, okay, I got it. I understand. And I'm going, no, you don't. And some people, oh my gosh, I've had a couple people when I was doing language exchange that I said something, and we're talking about this really people will plunge into and ask me questions about deep topics, even though I tell them I don't talk about deep topics. I can't do that, right? Especially personal deep. I don't go there right now. But and I said a couple 2, 3 sentences, right? Keeping in mind this is a language exchange, so this is a second English is a second language, and I'm kind of anyways, I go very shallowly into the topic because it's difficult topic matter, right? And they go, oh, I understand, and I said, well, you don't understand, but that's okay. We don't need to talk about this. And they got upset and said, you think I'm stupid? And I was like, is that the only possibility that you can think of? That's not what I said. But I was like, Actually, no. I just know that in 3 sentences, there's no way that I could have possibly explained this well, because I can't explain this if you give me a lot of time. And this is a person that I was very clear that I have communication issues with. And anyways, just the conclusions that people jump to that, oh, I understand. Got it. Understand. Know where you're going. Know what you want. Happened today on a smaller scale at Hell Pharmacy, aka Kaiser. Anyways, some of the stuff, the first tornado of just this time, every single time I go there, it is a freaking tornado from hell. I hate that place. Not just the pharmacy, the whole place. It's a nightmare. Um, but just today, it was very small on the grand scheme of like all the Kaiser crap I've gone through. But so the first thing we got I'm getting the prescription finally after all this shenanigans. And then I said, hey, because I'm heck sick, I was like, I need some Sudafed. And he asks me the milligrams, and my brain is just a little slow, and I don't remember for sure. But he said 30 or 60. And I said, whichever one is the equivalent of 2 little red ones, because I don't remember the number, right? And he goes, gotcha. Rings them up, sends it, and I just recently opened them like way later in the day, and they're not. They are the little red ones. He heard little red ones, rang them up and put them in the bag. Never clarified, even though there was like a long sentence. And he didn't even show them to me. And I'm so tired of being the bad guy, the jerk, the dick, whatever you want to call it. Who's like, can you show me what you just grabbed? Can you clarify? Can you explain to me? I'm sick of it. It's not, I can't do that for every single person in my life who doesn't want to understand me. Fine. But like, for one, I don't care. If people don't understand me, I don't expect people to understand me anymore. That's a pipe dream, right? But I'm really sick of being misunderstood at the drop of a hat. 5 seconds and they're like, got you pegged. I'm like, there's no way. There's no way anybody got this pegged. There's no way. You have no idea what my life has been like and what is going on in here. And anyways, I don't understand it because I'm so the other way. I don't conclude about anyone or anything because there's something in me and my way my brain is or my mind. Maybe it's experiences too. I'm not sure. That to me, I just always see so much missing data. And so I might notice something and then I'll say, well, it seems like, are you talking about this? Or I will say, oh, it sounds like something I've experienced. I've experienced this kind of thing, blah, blah, blah. Is it something like that? And then people will say yes or no, or, whatever. And I mean, sometimes I do like assume that I understand based on my own experience, because that's kind of how I process things is, because sometimes I think it seems different than that. But when people tell me things about themselves, I tend to run it through a filter of my own experience to try and understand as much as possible. And so then I will tell them my experience, not to say I totally get it, but to say, this is how I'm relating it. So you understand. This is how I am understanding you. And then kind of like, is that correct? Like I'm asking at the same time. I suppose we all jump the gun on some things. I do also sometimes assume I'm understanding more than I do. But I'm so open to being corrected. And especially on things that it's like, if I've just met somebody or if, or a simple thing like when I was working at Starbucks, right? And people are like, I would like this drink, blah, blah, blah. I repeat it back and clarify like 3 different ways, So you said you wanted this one, but you do not want the whipped cream, but you want extra of the mocha. Is that correct? You wanted that. iced, correct? Not a frappuccino, correct? Oh no, I wanted that a frappuccino. Oh, okay.